Greetings, people who might still like the accordion. Today I'm going to do what I call is a happy song. I went on the internet and I found very few people who play Penny Lane on the accordion. And it's a happy song written by Paul McCartney. So let's take a look at it up close. Even if you're a beginner, I know you can play this and make it sound good. Now, as you know, I'm not the guy who sits here and is trying to play the song perfectly, beautifully. I'm not a performer. I'm just showing you the chords and just showing you some ideas and new ways to play chords, to look at them. That's all I do. I'm not here to go viral. So once again, here are your chords, and I'm going to quickly run over this verse right now. That was the verse with the first ending. Okay? Now, let me go into a little detail here. It starts out with a G major. You know the G major, that's very basic. Then, the next chord is an E minor 7, and that's played with E counterbass and the G major chord button. Okay? Then the next chord is an A minor 7. That's played with an A counterbass and a C major chord button. Then I play, ordinarily, I catch the D7 by playing the D bass, and I get the A diminished 7 chord button with my thumb. That's generally how I do it. You can play it with the regular D7 chord button if you want to, but you know me, I try to use the bottom diminished 7 chord row as much as possible to make it easier and to get a fuller chord. Okay? Remember we talked about that? Right, the next chord then is a G minor 7. And the G minor 7, I play with the G bass and the B flat major chord button. That's how I get that G minor 7. And that's the sweetest part of the whole song. We'll talk about that shortly. Paul McCartney is known for these sweet chord progressions. Then the next chord is an E minor 7 with a diminished 5th. E minor 7 with a diminished 5th tone. That's an E counterbass and a G minor chord button. I think I'm saying that right. That's the E minor 7 with the diminished 5th. Alright, and then the next chord is, it's actually an E flat major 7, which I'll note in the description box on the video. But I play it by using, if you can see this, an E flat bass. Alright, and I use my pinky, the pinky for the E flat bass. Then I catch the G minor chord button with my index finger. Alright, now let's go over that again. Thumb. That's a G minor 7. This is the E minor 7 with the diminished fifth. See, now I get that E flat bass, that same G minor chord button. That's the D bass with the C major chord button, which is actually a D9 with the suspended 4, which we talked about in a previous video, so I don't need to go over that again. And the regular D7, I use the thumb. Now watch it again. This is a beautiful chord progression, but simple. Now I'll play the chords without the melody. Listen how nice this is. See how nice that is? Okay, that was the verse with the first ending. Then the second ending goes from that D7 to a C7. This is where he changes keys, and it makes it sweet. It's unusual, but this is where he goes from D7 to C7 to change keys. Let me do that again. Again, watch this. D7 to C7. Real simple. Now you're ready for the chorus. And the chorus is extremely easy. I don't know why I don't see a lot of people playing this song on the accordion on the internet. You only see a handful of people playing it. It's really easy. Chorus F, A minor 7, B flat. Then F, A minor 7, B flat, D7, which takes you back to the key of G. It's really easy. Let's take a look at that there. F, A minor 7, B flat, C, F. And that's that first line of the chorus. You play it once, then you play it again, then all you do is throw in that D7. Let's just play the chorus. I go from that B flat major, then I catch the D counter bass with my pinky, and then the A diminished 7 chord button with my thumb. Let me do it again. And if you don't get it, then let's look at the chart here. You get the D counter bass with your pinky, D counter bass with the pinky, that's PK for pinky, and then you catch the A diminished 7 button with your thumb. And that's how it's shown on the diagram. You see that there? So let's do that chorus one more time. See, I'm playing the B major with I'm throwing in the F major chord button too to get a B flat 9, I think it is. Okay? And that's it. And it goes back and forth. Go on YouTube and listen to Paul McCartney playing it, and you'll see how he switches it around, changes keys, and just has fun with it. But this is the basics. These are the basics, and you go from here. You can play with it. You can change keys. You can do whatever you want. And once again, this is not the original key. This is the key that I used to show you the easy way, my way. It's the key I used to show you clearly how to play the chords. There's no way you can play the chords wrong because I'm showing you exactly how to play them. There's no room for mistakes here because if you can't see what I'm doing with my hand, you can see clearly over here. Okay? Now, let's go over it one more time so you get the basic idea of how the melody flows. All right? And that's it. You go back and forth. Go on YouTube and listen to Paul McCartney. Now, quickly, I'd like to show you something here that's really wonderful. And you won't get this anywhere else. In the verse, okay, in the verse, on that second line of the verse, it goes, that's the second 4 measures, it goes. Watch this. Da 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 dum. Let me play it again. Okay. Da 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 dee da 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 dum. He goes from an E minor 7 to a G minor 7. Okay? That's what Paul McCartney does. Alright? He did that, recorded this, and finished the recording in January of 1967, and he starts out in the key of B, right? But I play it in the key of G to show you this beautiful thing. Da 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 dum. Alright? He goes from an E minor 7 to a G minor 7. You say, well, what's the big deal? You say, okay, it sounds really nice. It sounds kind of sweet. Well, back in June of 1966, all right, he finished recording another song he wrote by himself called Here, There, and Everywhere. All right, and he plays that in the key of G. That's how he does it. But I do it here in the key of F with 1 flat to show you something. let's quickly look at this and see what I'm talking about. This is here, there, and everywhere. Whoops. Let me do it again. That was sloppy, but you have to listen closely. Whoops. Okay, that is the da 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 da. I'm having trouble playing this because I didn't practice it, but da 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 da. Just let me do it one more time. I haven't practiced this, but I'm trying to play the melody. Hear that? That's dissonant. That's weird. Okay, that was sloppy because I haven't practiced this song, but da 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 da. Paul McCartney goes from, in this key now, this is for instruction purposes only, from G minor 7 to E minor 7. Now, if you look at both of these little phrases here, you see it's just the reverse of what he did in Penny Lane later. He did in Penny Lane a few months later. See, in June of '66, he goes from G minor 7 to E minor 7, and that's the sweetest part of the whole song. And this is how he attracts listeners, because he has beautiful melodies and beautiful chord progressions. But then, shortly thereafter, in Penny Lane, he just does the reverse. It's just the reverse of what he did in Here, There, and Everywhere. It's a beautiful thing. And he was one of the few who did this, and a few who got away with it. Because what he did was, in Here, There, and Everywhere, goes from G minor 7 down a minor third to E minor 7. All right? And in Penny Lane, he goes from E minor 7 up a minor third and gets that sweetness. In both songs, he gets sweetness by using this interval for his chord change. In other words, he has consecutive minor 7 chords that are at an interval of a minor third apart. That's this. All right? I just wanted to show that, because if you're watching my videos and you're looking at the chords, because I map them out clearly, you'll be able to at some point notice patterns, chord patterns. And then once you store those patterns in your mind, your left hand will subconsciously be predisposed. It'll be ready to play the chords quicker and easier, because in your mind, in your subconscious, you're familiar with that. And it's the familiarity that helps become a better, quicker player, quicker moving your fingers to nail those chords that you want. So I'm showing you that because it's a beautiful thing. Here, There, and Everywhere in Penny Lane. And how he uses that chord progression one way, and then backwards the next time, and it still gives you that sweet sound. And that's it. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope you can play this song. It's really pretty and it's fun. That's it. Good night.